Hillary Clinton says she's not going to take your guns away.
I am not at all advocating the repeal of the Second Amendment. I am not at all advocating any program that would in any way take people's guns away.
But don't tell that to her supporters. They say repealing the Second Amendment is a great idea. Watch.
Do you think it would be a good idea to repeal the Second Amendment?
That's a good proposal.
Yeah, I definitely think that makes sense.
Oh yeah, definitely. I really think that we really need to start viewing human rights as more important than gun rights.
Yeah. I mean, I think yes, because the document was written 200 years ago.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous to me that, yeah, the Constitution is great and everything, but you have to remember that people made these, humans make mistakes, and it was written hundreds of years ago.
Wow, Campus Reform's Cabot Phillips was there at that Hillary event in Allendale, Virginia, to find out just how far millennials are willing to go in their support of gun control. Good morning. So people make mistakes. Did they make mistakes?
Absolutely. With Leadership Institute's Campus Forum, I'm always talking to college students, and they keep bringing up this logic of if the Founding Fathers had known the type of technology we'd have these days, the Second Amendment never would have been written. And when you try and ask them, okay, does this apply to free speech? If this same logic is used, the Founding Fathers never would have imagined Twitter or Facebook or the Internet as a means to spit out free speech at such a rapid rate. So should we begin limiting the amount of free speech people can put out? And the logic really falls apart when you put it in other terms, but these people are so consumed by their distaste for the Second Amendment that they're willing to throw out logic to support these types of measures.
Do they know why there's a Second Amendment? Do they understand the reasoning behind it, or do they think it's to guarantee hunting?
I think if this video says one thing, it says that they don't understand the Constitution as a whole, especially the Second Amendment.
Are these in college?
It was a mix of college students as well as young millennials. The event was held at a community college, and a lot of students we talked to were students there. So I don't know if it's a failure on the part of the colleges, but we know one thing, and that's colleges around the country are only teaching one side of a discussion when it comes to the Second Amendment. But
they have free speech zones.
Yeah, exactly. We have free speech zones on these campuses, and apparently we have logic-free zones on these campuses too. But we need to keep in mind, these are the same supporters that are rationalizing a candidate who has broken the law and lied to her supporters constantly, even lied under oath to the government. So we shouldn't be surprised when they're now rationalizing such an extreme instance as this, as repealing the Second Amendment.
What surprised you the most about your discussions with them?
The fact that we didn't have to cherry pick any footage. This was no deceptive editing. This was every student we talked to, with the exception of one or two. And there were even students we weren't able to fit in because they were constantly saying. But this logic of, the most surprising besides the overwhelming majority, was this logic of human rights should not be trumped by gun rights, when the two really coincide. They don't have to be mutually exclusive, because human rights and defending yourself go along with gun rights. And it's a dangerous logic to try and say that gun rights are not human rights, because that's self-defense. And I always get weary when I hear people suggesting that we should allow the to decide how we can and can't defend ourselves and our families.
There aren't a lot of human rights in countries without gun rights, I've noticed.
Exactly, and that's usually the first means that people use.
Of course. Cabot, it's great to see you.
Great to see you.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks so much. Well, it is a disgusting scene. Trump supporters being attacked at a fundraiser. Even